Hello there. What a shambles. Boris is losing any grasp of economic reality that he had. The government just had to come up with a taxpayer-funded housing scheme once the market looked like it might take a nosedive, because that's what governments obsess about more than anything else, the need for ever-increasing house prices. The feel-good factor for dinner party debates, as people swap stories about how much more their home is worth this year than last year. Isn't the government wonderful, they say? And well-paid MPs will be no different. But there's more to it than that. A rising house price market protects the banks. The last thing mortgage lenders need is houses becoming worth less than the mortgages they sell. It happened in the late 1980s and early 1990s, with people handing in their keys to the lender and defaulting on their mortgages. So when property prices begin to waver, there is always another government scheme to prop them up, to prop the banks up and keep homeowners and buy-to-let landlords happy. And the best way to do that is to somehow pump taxpayers' money into the housing market. And this time it will be coming from the benefits pot. Those on housing benefit will be able to use it to buy their housing association home and pay their mortgage off. Now, the benefit for the government here is that it gets more people owning homes, more people buying houses with mortgages, keeping money flowing through the banks, but those new houses will not be going on the general market, where extra supply could potentially push prices down. Ticks a lot of boxes for an unpopular government. Described as benefit to bricks, it potentially pours £30 billion a year into the housing market. The government is also talking about easing banking restrictions on high loan-to-value mortgages, 95% and above, as long as borrowers insure themselves against default. More lucrative business for the banks, of course. How affordable would that be for someone on benefits? This is all the stuff of the last financial crisis, where money was lent to those who could never realistically pay it off. The subprime mortgage scandal that almost took the whole financial structure down. And how expensive will that insurance end up being? Will that all end up as yet another mis-selling saga? Or will we see housing benefit payments spiralling up ever more out of control as the government tries to keep a lid on it? And to cap it all, we're told that for every house sold off, another one will be built to restock the social housing stock. And if you believe that, I have the proverbial bridge to sell to you. With the question being, where will all those new houses be built? But with our government planning for an ever-growing UK population, we need more and more houses. But how about the private renters, paying full market rents, paying taxes, and not claiming benefits, but with no hope of ever owning a house of their own? They will see the tax they pay being used by others to buy their own house. That's not fair. No, this just sounds like a scheme to put taxpayers' money into the housing market to keep the banks happy. But as far as I can see, it's a subprime way of doing it.